Hey there, this is TommusRhodus, and today I'm introducing my new WordPress theme Pivot, and specifically how to install the WordPress theme and set up the included demo data. So we've got a blank WordPress install right here in front of us. So the first thing we want to do is install Pivot. So we go to Appearance, Themes, Add New, and Upload Theme, with the buttons in the same place up here. And we want to choose the file to upload. Now if you've downloaded this from ThemeForest, you're going to have a .zip with a really long, confusing file name. You want to unzip that, and inside is a .zip called pivot wp theme.zip. This is what we're installing. If you install the one with the big long name, you'll get an error. So we install the theme and activate it. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to check the view of the theme and then worry why it looks nothing like the demo site. Don't worry, that's just because there's currently no data apart from the basic blog post that WordPress installs to work with. So right now Pivot is just working as a basic blog. This is how the theme defaults. To get a website just like our demo, the first thing we need to do is install the required plugins by the theme. Now you'll notice that the only one that's actually required is my plugin eBor Framework, which is what turns Pivot from a basic blog theme into a multi-purpose corporate theme. The other plugins are not required, but I'd recommend them. Contact Form 7, Master Slider and Revolution Slider. Contact Form 7 just gives you access to simple contact forms, and the sliders give you a few more things you can work with in the theme and just really help feature your content a little bit better. So we click to install these. Now as these are installing, you'll note that I did all four at once. That's because I know that my server setup will handle this correctly. If this process fails, just try installing the plugins one at a time. Some servers have less of a memory limit than others, and that can trigger an error sometimes. So with the plugins installed, you'll notice that the dashboard has suddenly expanded with all these new post types. But more crucially, you'll notice that nothing's changed on the front end. That's exactly to be expected. So we want to visit the Pivot options panel now, which is in Appearance, Customize. Now this is where all of the theme options for Pivot lie. So anything that's marked with Pivot is specific to this theme. So if you go into the styling settings, you'll see fonts, colors, rounded corners, animation speeds, you name it. But right now we just want to install the demo data. So we go to demo data, import, and click the import button. Now this will take a short while to import, so I'll just cover a few things while we're here. The first thing is, if you're a developer and you have WP debug turned on, this needs to be turned off before using this import method, or you can use the standard WordPress import method via Tools Import, which some of you may prefer to use anyway. The next thing to know is that our demo data includes the images that come on our demo, but we've applied a very heavy blurring to them, as we're not allowed to distribute these images. So when you first set up this demo data, you'll notice that all the images are really blurry. Don't worry about that. Just, add your own content, add your own images. So just see them as placeholders. As I said, this process can take some time. On some servers, especially servers with a low memory limit, this setup may not import properly, in which case you'll want to visit the documentation that comes with the theme and read the alternate demo import solution in there. There's ways we can get around low memory servers, don't worry about that. But the reason why it can time out is that we've got a lot of images to download, a lot of demo data to import, and that can simply trigger the PHP memory limit error on some servers. Now as I say, this does take a while to import. It's best to leave this screen open as it is importing, so click import demo data and just get yourself a cup of tea or something similar. I'll go through a few things while we're looking at this screen. The footer area down here, you'll notice it's pretty bland and there's not much content in it. You can configure widgets to go along this footer section in Appearance Widgets using the footer widget areas. Okay, the demo data is imported. as it says, read the documentation. So right now we have everything installed that's my demo site does. Here it is. This is the image blurring I was talking about, so don't get confused about that. Again, it's still set up as a blog, because all we've done now is import the demo data, we've not configured it. Configuring it takes 30 seconds. The first thing we want to do is go to Settings, Permalinks, choose post name and save. That's just good practice really. If you're interested in SEO, you'll know exactly why you want to do that. The next thing is to go to Settings, Reading, and you'll see that at the moment the front page displays just our latest posts. We want it to display a static page. We want our front page to be Home Classic if you want to match our demo, and we want our post page to be blog. We save those changes. Now we'll visit the home page and you'll see that we're getting close to what we have in the demo, but you'll see that the top area is not looking right. This is because we need to configure master slider. So the first thing we want to do is import, choose our file. Now if you go to your main downloaded zip from ThemeForest, the inside of the folder, you'll see a folder called Demo XML Data. If we click that, we'll see a sliders folder and home-masterslider.json. Choose that, import it. You'll probably get an error message like this, don't worry. All that's saying is that we've already imported this media, so that's good. So now what we want to do is just jump into the slider for a second, and we want to click the text layer that's involved on the slider, and we go to Style, select Style for your layer, click on Custom Style, and you'll see some code here, don't worry about that. Now what we want to do is save this as a preset, and we'll call it Pivot Main Style, or whatever you'd like really. Click that and apply it. Right, you can now do that for any slide you ever use, and it will apply our proper text styling. And that's stuck with you forever now, so you never have to redo that. So now if we visit the home page, we'll still see that the slider's not there. That's because we need to quickly associate our new slider with the demo data. And I'll also introduce you to the page builder at this point. So if we go to Appearance, Ebor Page Builder, we'll see the page builder for the theme. Now we're interested in the template that matches our home page name, so that would be Home Classic. And we'll select that. And in here we'll see all the content of the home page and how that matches up. But more interesting at the moment is the master slider section here. So this is our master slider. So we open it, we edit the settings, and we see that we only have one master slider to display, and that's Home Classic. Now we'll just save the template to update the slider that we just imported. And when we go back to the home page, it'll be there waiting for us with our proper text styles and all our fancy effects. Now one thing you'll have noticed on the home page is that the header says set up a navigation menu now. If we click that, we get taken to the WordPress menus section, and you'll see that I've included a great deal of menus. Now the theme has 4 menu locations. One is standard, one is off screen, one is full screen, and one is footer. Each of the menus is named appropriately. Main menu is the one we want to select, and associate this with the standard navigation area. If we click Save Menu now and head back to the home page, we should see a full menu, missing the mega menu sections I would add. Like that. So right now we've got a theme that's basically 100% set up. The missing mega menu sections I'll cover in a mega menu video, don't worry about that. Many of you won't even bother with a mega menu, just a standard drop down menu is enough for most people. And there we go, we've just gone from nothing to the full pivot demo in 5 minutes. I hope you found this useful.